Hey everyone, what's going on? It is Zach, and today I wanted to talk about some of the things I noticed throughout the first two global challenges, which have all been Regulation C. Now, they have changed as the metagame progresses, and I have noticed some things that I think that everyone should be on the lookout for, whether they are just best of one strats or just good mons overall that are either making a comeback or dropping down in usage. So if you guys enjoyed this content, do not forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below, is there anything that you noticed throughout these global challenges that caught you off guard or was a tricky best of one strategy to deal with? And so the first thing I want to talk about is Colossal. Now, I didn't have too many problems with Colossal. There was one that I lost against and one that I was able to beat, but Colossal, Steam engine, if you played Sword and Shield, you know how it goes. Steam engine, weakness policy. So you can change the Terra to either just get the Steam engine boost or to activate the weakness policy. The one I went up against was Terra Rock, and it had Rock Slide, and it was pretty tricky to come up against. The thing is, it gets a +4 stat, so if you go to 168, I believe it, or 68 times 4 is 172, so that definitely outspeeds almost everything. Even with booster energy, you still get outsped by bundle with booster energy, but I mean, how often do you come across that? And the craziest part is that the AquaJet setter is Bruxious. Now, the reason why Bruxious is good here is because it has a decent attacking stat, which can do a lot of damage, but AquaJet isn't that strong of a move, and Dazzling. So what Dazzling does is it prevents priority. You see this with Serena and Queenly Majesty. You see this with Farigiraf and Armortail. Now, when I talked about Serena, I really discounted Bruxious because of its psychic typing. But I mean, if you put something like a Focus Sash on it, you're going to get your AquaJet off. And something that I saw with this would be Flamigo. Flamigo has the co-star ability. We saw this with Dondozo strategies very early on in Dondozo's lifespan. So you just put something on. Usually the Flamigo has a Focus Sash, but you get access to close combat, Brave Bird, and from there you can just tech on whatever else you need, because getting a +4 speed and a +2 attack on Flamigo if the Bruxious goes down is pretty good. So that's something you got to keep your eye on. In my previous team, I had Gastrodon. So with the Gastrodon, it wasn't that hard to deal with because of the redirection. And I also think, you can get Surf. So AquaJet is for the priority. If there is any form of a redirection or any form of Gastrodon with Storm Drain, for example, you can use Surf to hit all of the Pokemon, including your Colossal. The next one I want to talk about is one that dropped a bit in usage but is now coming back, and that's Iron Bundle. So Iron Bundle here, its defenses compared to its special defense, its defenses aren't bad. Its HP is still like meh, but with a lot of mons getting bulkier, that means you can sometimes get away with investing less speed, which means you can invest more bulk. And Bundle is really good against Palins. You have Hydro Pump for Arcanine as long as you hit it, and then Freeze Dry can hit Amoonguss and Palafin really hard as well. And then you get the Icy Wind support. Now you can go Protect. A lot of people are going Encore. And Bundle can be really tricky because you know, for a couple of weeks we didn't see a lot of it, and now I think it's popping back up because it's good against the Palance, and that's why Bundle's coming back with a little bit higher usage. It didn't drop much to begin with, but I do think that Bundle is even better now with its defense stat and its high speed, and then its strong moves against the Palance core. In the sense of Mons raising and dropping in usage, this Global Challenge 2, I definitely saw less Glamora. Now, I'm still a big fan of Glamora, but once again, with the Palance, you have to worry about getting hit with the AquaJet. A lot of Palafins are set up to get the knockout with AquaJet, and then you just bring in Amoonguss and you get rid of the spikes, and then Glamora didn't really do much. Now, what I do for this is I go Terra Grass, and I attack on Energy Ball, so you have an answer for those water types, but that requires you to Terrasilize every single time, and you can't always do that. You got Power Gem for those fire types. You got Earth Power for the steel types, and the one thing that I want to say is I think because of the high usage of Amoonguss in the Palance core, Corrosion is actually better right now than Toxic Debris, because Toxic Debris you set spikes, which is really good as long as they don't have Amoonguss or a poison type. So what you see a lot of people do is they just take care of the Glamora and then they bring Amoonguss in and clear the spikes, and then you can continue on pivoting and playing your Palance game just normal. So Corrosion can help you with that, where you can at least get guaranteed poison if you are getting one move off with Mortal Spin. I do think if I take a look back at Glamora, that would definitely be a change that I would make. Go with the Corrosion and go Mortal Spin, just to guarantee you at least poison 1 or 2 Mons, depending on if they protect or not. And this is really good too, because with Corrosion, you can poison anything, including poison types and steel types. So with this setup here, nothing is immune to the poison. And I mean, if you really wanted to, I don't suggest it, if you really wanted to have both. Glamora does get access to toxic spikes, but I feel like if you're going Terra Grass, I feel like Assault Vest is the best for it. I feel like most Glamoras are one of two sets. They're either Assault Vest with a moveset like this, maybe a Sludge Bomb if they're going Toxic Debris, or they go Focus Sash and they replace one of these moves with Spiky Shield. Spiky Shield is a really good protect, which can do 1/8 of the HP with physical damage. So if they try to, you know, bring out the bundle and just get a quick knockout to get the Glamora out of the way, you can at least Spiky Shield turn 1 and get some chip. The next thing I really think has done well, and I believe this has been used by Winter Knight. Winter Knight was a big fan of this. I'm pretty sure he ran in Global Challenge 2 and did really well, is the Golden Go, Annihilate, Mouse Hold. I don't know if he ran both Annihilate and Golden Go, but with Friend Guard here, Friend Guard resist, you take only 3/4. There's a 25% attack or damage decrease, and Golden Go is really good because it's immune to status moves, so you don't have to worry about status moves. You can bulk it out fairly well, especially with the Mouse Hold here. You basically can also do the same thing with Ting Lu in the back to boost its special attack, and this is one thing I liked with the Crabominal team that I ran. I had the Mouse Ape combination with Ting Lu, and if the two Pokemon that were led were special attackers, I would just switch in Ting Lu, because keeping that Mouse Hold around to do things like Follow Me, Encore, Super Fang, and of course like things like Beat Up. Saving this for like late game is really good, especially like the option for Follow Me. So I know the Golden Go and Mouse Hold is really good. Most people also to keep like the Annihilate option as well, and Ting Lu to help deal with special attack. And Golden Go has been seeing more Terra Water. Terra Water is just a great defensive type. So that's like these 3 or these 4, some combination of them is something you really have to watch out for. And you know, you have your Palance. I don't need to tell you about that. But one thing that really stuck it to me is Booster Energy Screamtail. So you can just set it up, or right off the rip, you can just invest just a little, because you're never gonna get, like, you can't get an HP boost. So you can just set it up where you just creep your speed, and you get a speed boost. And with the speed boost, you're going really fast here. So if we max it out, 263, and just to check, yeah, 179 max. So you're hitting 268. So you are outspeeding basically anything that doesn't have a booster energy or doesn't have a choice scarf. You're outspeeding Dragapult, you're outspeeding Iron Bundle without booster energy, you're outspeeding Fluttermane without booster energy, and then you have the bulk to take the hits. So you can do one of two things. You can either set screens, light screen, or reflect. It usually has one of these 2 moves, and then also howl for the physical attacker. So you just use it to set up the screens next to a physical attacker, and then you start clicking howl to get attack boost and start taking knockouts with your offensive mon. I've seen Edge be that mon, but also like if you're not going screens, you can do some encore trapping, which is really obnoxious. You encore and then you disable, which forces the Pokemon to either 1, switch out, or 2, struggle. And then also you have to remember this has Trick Room. You really have to pay attention to like what options the team has to scout out what the Screamtail wants to do. If there's some slower mons, you might see Trick Room. But if it's a more physical team, you're probably going to see Howl. But Screamtail can just be really annoying. You get Play Rough even when it's low defenses, or it's low attack. Play Rough is still going to do great into dragons, into dark types, which these rune Pokemon are. And then to break screens as well, you can also have like Psychic Fangs. So Screamtail is definitely one of those ones you want to look out for, and you want to pay attention to the team, because I've definitely had some situations where I thought it was going to set screens and it goes Trick Room, and I set Tailwind, and it was just a mess. Next, let's take a look at the Victory Road April Challenge. This was a very large tournament that Victory Road does monthly. They have cash prizes, so a lot of people enter and a lot of people bring their 8 game. Do they have the results up yet? No, they don't have the results on their website yet. I do know that they posted about it on Twitter. Let me find that real quick. So let's see. We got the GU Sun team with Murkrow that you saw like Jody Azzarelli do really well with. You have the Lycanroc, which Lycanroc is still getting some usage here, and Tetsugiri and Armorogan DD. That's really impressive that they made it that high with the Armorogan and DD. I think that's really cool. King Gambit can do a lot, and here we go with the Palance. We got Palance with Iron Hands King Gambit, Palance with Ting-Lu Iron Hands, Palance with Dragonite Chien-Pao, Palance We got Marco Silva with the kind of the Sun team, but they went Talonflame over Murkrow. You got Joe UX9 was the winner with the Jumpluff Torkoal combination. Jumpluff Torkoal really good. I know that a lot of versions of this team has had eject button Torkoal. So turn 1, you can just click overheat, do massive damage, and then automatically swap out after that stat change. And you can bring in either the Great Tusk or the Flutter Mane, where you get the Photosynthesis boost to boost either your speed or your attack or your special attack and just deal like a lot of damage. So definitely one of those things, like if you are going into the Global Challenge 3 this coming weekend, you want an answer for Jumpluff Torkoal. You really do. What else do we got? Gyarados. Gyarados has been obnoxious. Corviknight can be really good. We got Golden Go here with Palance. You got the Palance with Annihilate, Chenpal, and Dragonite. That's interesting. I would want to see what that Annihilate set is. GU Flutter Mane. This is a little different. I like this. Because you got the Firewater Grass Core, but you also have like the Iron Hands. And Iron Hands is like really good right now because there's really no good electric type attackers. You basically have Sandy Shocks and you have Iron Hands. That's it. You have a physical one and a special one. And then like the fighting type as well does great damage against the Rune Pokemon, with them all being dark type. And you can't see it behind my head, but we have another Palance here with King Gambit and Dragonite. And then up here we have a pretty cool team here. You got the Farigiraf here for the Iron Tail, so there might be a Trick Room option here, or it might be like to counter Trick Room. But Farigiraf can be pretty decent here. It has solid bulk, and the only thing that really hurts it right now is that it has the Psychic typing, but you can always solve that with Terastallization. I think most of it is like very standard. What you do have to watch out for is, like I said, this Jumpluff Torkoal, and make sure that you have an answer for it, because if not, it's going to steamroll you. And with Joe getting this big win and Joe doing well in the Global Challenge 2 with basically the same team, you're going to see this team a lot. So expect that. But that is going to be all. I hope you guys enjoyed it, took something from this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below. What do you think we should all keep a lookout for in the Global Challenge 3? I have made the team. I need to EV it, and then I'm probably going to jump on ladder for it. So keep subscribed for that, and that's going to be all. Have a great day. Until next time, I'm Zach, and we'll see everyone later.